Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm starting my first series here, and the series is going to be called Birdie Every Hole. So we're out here at West Swinney Park. We're going to play around, see how many birdies I get, and come back and try and birdie all the holes I missed. We're going to keep doing that until I've birdied every hole. So this first hole here, 245 feet out underneath those trees over that way. Usually I like to go putter, backhand, and hyzer, let it flatten, but super windy today. So we're gonna go sidearm Firebird. That was pretty good. So just a little bit about me. I've been playing disc golf for 7 years now. Started just before the big COVID boom, which is really exciting. First tournament I ever played, I took a 7 on the very first hole. And was so nervous to play, and was almost late for round 2 actually. Kind of funny. But since then, you know, been working a lot, watching a lot of videos. And I'm about 945 rated right now. And living in Fort Wayne. Looks like we got a pretty good putt here for the birdie. And yeah, nice to meet you guys. Good start. 21 to get out here. Here we are at hole 2. 200-foot hyzer. It's right over there. Gonna be going high row. Hard to tell from the tee, but that should be pretty close. We actually got eaten alive by the grass. I expected a little bit of a skip, so we got a putt to make. Putting with P-line Flex 2 P1s. Told myself to get it high, and I did not. There's par. That's all right. It's an easy one, not worried about it. Here we are at hole 3. 300 feet, just straight shot. I'll wait for this biker to get out of my way, but this one's always tricky because it's a mid-range distance, but the height always freaks me out. I always leave it short when I throw the mid. So going up to a fairway. I'm actually not entirely sure what disc this is. I think it's Gateway. Yeah, so we're just gonna try and put it out there flat, right at the basket. Hopefully it'll turn and flex, and then to be right underneath it. Still threw it too low. Hopefully you guys saw that, but it'll be a putt. This course isn't normally this windy as it is today, which has made a couple of these shots a lot more annoying than usual. I know we're only on hole 3, but definitely impacted the putting there on the last one. No excuses though, should be able to birdie a 200-foot hole into a little bit of a tailwind. Yeah, the reason I picked this course over any of the other courses in the area is because there are a couple of holes that I've never had an opportunity for birdie, and I think this challenge is going to make me think hard about them, which I think will be fun. I'm not that great at judging distances, but this is too far, as farther than you'd like for a birdie putt, but nothing else matters. We're going to run it. I gotta start putting with that pink one first. Player B is pretty good today. Here we are at hole 4. This is a 350-foot shot, kind of a big hyzer if you got it. This is one that I've actually never birdied before, but I found a couple looks at it. Today, we're going to go with the Vapor from Flight Labs. This thing will flip up a little bit, go, fade out. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Oh, I love that. Oh, get left. Keep going left. That should be a pretty good putt. That was only like my third or fourth time throwing that disc, but it flips up just like a tiny bit, still always manages to fade out, which means it's really fun to throw. Yeah, and with this wind that we've got, just kind of like right to left tailwind, felt perfect for this hole. Ooh, okay. Okay. I've got a putt. It's a bit of a long one, but a putt is a putt. Dang, man, on to the next. So far, pretty unsuccessful birdie everything. We are on hole 5. Just a nice little eyes are out. Haven't come back. Don't go too far, there's water behind. We got wind coming right to left, makes this a little bit trickier, but going really stable. Pyro again. And just make sure to keep it wide. Too wide, but we've got a putt, so can't complain too much. Holes 2 and 5 are by far the easiest holes on the course, so it'll be a little bit of a bummer to come out here on the first day and not get either of them, but not gonna happen. I'm just gonna make the putt. I think my hair looks really funny in this wind. Dang it, man. This is one of the main holes I was thinking of when I came out to this course to do this challenge. It's 400 feet out on a peninsula out there, surrounded by water, almost. And I've never once tried to birdie this hole. So I think we're actually gonna throw 2 shots today. See if either of them get close. Just gonna try wave, flat out to the left, see how far I can get into the gap, see if I can get a putt. And then I've actually got an Avenger SS in here. I might try and lay down a roller. And hopefully none of these discs go in the water. That might be dry. That was definitely shaping up to be one of the better shots I've ever thrown on this hole. So I was kind of sick. Avenger SS. As expected, that went pretty terribly, but maybe this will get me to work on my rollers. A couple things I learned from that. 1, I'm terrible at rollers. 2, if that drive faded and finished out, or that wave faded and finished out, it was actually going to end up within like jump putt range, which I don't really jump putt, but just long putt range, which is kind of like exactly what I would want to do. Hard part is going to be keeping it on this little peninsula. It's tiny up here. Great news, the wave is safe. I don't really have a shot, but I'm just going to try and throw it in with the berg. Good shot, didn't go in, all good. Yeah, that hole's actually tough enough where most tournaments and league rounds that are played out here, they count it as a par 4. especially with the water, it's very, very easy to, even if you pitch up to the opening and then try and lay up for a 3, really easy to go OB, take like a 5 or a 6. So getting that one in 2 is going to be tricky, but that's what course par is. So hole 7 here, 280 feet, or sorry, 270. Low ceiling, very straight shot. This is usually either straight fairway or mid for me. Wind seems to be kind of calm right now over here. Well, as I say that, it picks up. So I'm gonna go reactor. If you don't have a glow reactor, you should get one. These things are so good. Audible. Go with hex. Reactors are still good, so are hexes. Hit the gap. Might be a little short, but should have a look at it. Like I said, we ended up a little short here, but still a very runnable putt. There's water behind, but not scared. Not quite how I envisioned getting that birdie, but canned it. Just got birdie number 2, hole 7. Here we got hole 8. It's right up over there. And kind of whatever you threw for the last shot, you can either disc down, throw a putter, or just throw the exact same shot. I think I'm gonna go reactor this time. Usually you want to push this one a little bit straighter because there's a big hill on the left, but I'm kind of worried about left wind taking the hex and flipping it over. So throw this one flat, hit the gap, have it come back. Rule number 1, don't slip on this horrible 2-pad. I threw it well, but instead of throwing it flat, I threw it a little Anheuser. Player B is going to be the death of me out here. So right now there's a huge flock of geese around hole 9. I'm deciding if I wanted to throw at them and scare them away. They seem to be moving out of the range, but I think I might be here for 20 minutes if I wait. I don't particularly want to throw at them either. So it also should be known that I'm terrified of geese. So I'm gonna let them be. We'll skip hole 9 today. We'll come back for it later. Here we are at hole 10, 330 feet, just right out there. I like taking a forehand up over those tiny little trees, having it come back, leave myself the putt. This wind I think is gonna make that tricky. So the other option is just throwing the straight backhand at it. So I'm gonna try both. Like I haven't thrown this disc on a forehand yet. It's what I use it for. I've thrown this disc a lot. This is usually my play on this hole, but I think it's just gonna. So go with this one first, then the other forehand, and the straight at it play. And we'll see where this goes. Forehand looked fine, but the wind pushed it down at the end. That's kind of what I was worried about. I gotta get it higher at least. what happens when I throw forehands higher is I throw them really bad. So backhand, we'll see how that goes. Long windy putt here. Over 3 on good bits. Here are hole 11, 270. Right out there. Throw anything that you can, 270. Only thing is make sure you get it there. There's one tree on the left that you don't want to hit. Normally I go mid. If it's kind of windy, I want to go Athena. That's going to be my first shot. But I'm going to try the reactor anyway. It's going to be a little bit more stable, help get me through the wind a little bit better. Yeah, that tree that I went around, you're not really supposed to go around it, but no rules about it on the tee side, so that ended up being a pretty good shot. Early release, no biggie. First shot was good. Got a pretty good, short but windy birdie putt here. See, tallying up, I got 1, 7, and 11. Not a very good day so far. We haven't even gotten to a lot of the hard holes yet. But here we are, hole 12, hole 12. You just gotta throw a hyzer to the right side, kind of over the sign, really. Yeah, try and get in. This is the third time we're throwing this pyro on a 200-foot hyzer hole. Maybe this time we can get the birdie. Good shot, we gotta make a putt now. This is our best putt yet on one of these pyro holes. Let's capitalize. What kind of brand is moving? Here are hole 13. I checked in on those geese, by the way. They're still there. In fact, they laid down. I think they're napping, so we'll just let them be. Hole 13, 250. You really just want to take a sidearm out over this road over here. Make sure to come back because it is out of bounds. Yeah, there is a sneaky little backhand line that I used to throw, but it's really tricky and I never got it right. So I think because of the wind, a little bit of a headwind, gonna go vapor. This one's a little bit more stable than that blank one I've been throwing. Take it out over, have it come back, try and skip it a little bit. Yeah, you can't see this basket from the tee pad, but that should be a putt. I'm pretty sure that's close. Ended up real close on this one. Should capitalize. Oh man, that's a little rough. We got the two hardest holes coming up here. 14 is only 300 feet, but it goes across this little river. And then you can't see the basket and it goes back up this hill. And it's really, really tricky. So my play for this one has always been play for a 3 Never really tried to get more aggressive. We're gonna change that a little bit today. We're gonna go for sidearm up that way. Try and get it high and have it fade all the way back. And if I hit the gap, it should be a long putt. All right, missed the gap, made it across though. So throw an attempt from there. Got a throw in attempt from down here. Gonna be throwing a bunch. Gonna try banger first, and then banger next, and then sidearm zone last. That was shocking. Maybe that should be my play, way up to just over this creek and try and throw it in. Those are kind of close. It's worth mentioning that any second shots that I throw, either off the tee or my second putts, are even like these throws. If any of those went in, besides the first one, it doesn't count. But just getting practice out here, throwing fun shots, trying to do cool things. You know how it is. Here you are, maybe the hardest hole in the course. Really, really tricky. It's a big giant flex forehand, but it's 400 feet. So don't really have that distance in me. We're gonna try a couple shots here. I've got wave for a backhand and then two different forehands. Hades and Ether. We're gonna go Hades first. Don't know where that ended up, but it wasn't good, so. I want to see at least one of these forehand fly, so I want to go one more with this paper. It's just like 100 feet short. Okay. Okay, that backhand got significantly farther than the best forehand, so might just be that from here on out. That first shot wasn't playable on the last hole, so I just skipped over to the next hole, hole 16, 300 feet. It's right up there on that hill. Probably can't see it in the camera. This one's a little bit tricky. To me, I like either a backhand flat to turnover. I've got my hex and my brave for that, but I also like a flip up forehand kind of right at it. I'm gonna go with the backhand brave first, try and get it high. Just cruise over the right a little bit. That should be a punt, but it's not a great one. We'll try the hex now. That was poorly thrown. See, that's why I don't like the sidearm, because it can get you to the same spot as the backhand, but just worse. This is at the bottom of the hill. Should have a putt, but a really hard one. But we'll see. Here we are, hole 17. We've got a couple of lines. A lot of people like the outside Heisman line. Not a huge fan of it. So first I'm going to throw the straight at it shot, which tailwind should be pretty good. And then we'll try the Heisman line. another 200-foot pyro shot, so maybe I shouldn't do this. Probably pretty good. And they're like in the same spot. As you can see, the mid-range is a lot closer. A little bit disappointing, but you still have a putt. And a pretty makeable one. Oh, please. Oh, no, man. Yeah. Dang, man. A lot of those today. Here we are, last hole of the day. Right up there, kind of underneath that branch. But that's the sucker gap. You really just want to throw a forehand out to the left. Get back up on the hill. But the sucker gap is fun, so that's shot number 2. Yeah, so I got my Firebird and my Vapor. I can't tell which one I want to throw. I think I want this one to skip a little bit more, but we'll see. Overall, this has been a bit of a bummer round. Let's see, so I got 1, 7, 11, 13, 4 birdies so far. We'll make it 5 here, but that's like 4 is like pretty rough out here. Vapor, here we go. Alright, so we ended with 5. We got 1, 7, 11, 13, 18. That's okay. Good news is that a lot of the ones that we have left are really easy. The 2 is really easy. 3 is kind of tricky and 4 kind of tricky. 5 is really easy. 6 is hard. 8, 9, 10 are pretty easy. 12 is too. And 14, 15, 16 is the hardest stretch on the course. So, got some work to do out here, but that just means I get to play this course again. See you guys next time.